I have a camera person today, and we're filming signal, gesture, whatever you want to call that. Is love it.
I'm helping.
So, unfortunately, Mr. Doggo took off shortly after. I made him a little bed on the porch and gave him some water and everything, but it started storming and windy, and even though the porch was sheltered, he took off. I'm not really sure why, so I ended up going to bed, and I hope he got home safe. The car is almost empty. We still got a lower dashboard and some HVAC stuff and a bit of carpet on the roof. That sounds weirder than it should. It's not really carpet, it's like padding. It's sound deadening that I need to remove so I can re-sound deaden it a better way. Yeah, that's a thing. Alright, let's go. So, we empty back here. Still gotta figure out where this water and leaky bit's coming in. It's probably somewhere around here where the tailgate got replaced, but I'll figure that out later. Then, it's all pretty much empty. Gotta get the pad off the roof. Gotta get the lower dashboard out. I'm currently trying to figure out how to do that. And gotta figure out how to fully unplug the HVAC stuff. It's the wiring control for the hot and cold mixture that does not unplug at the box. So I gotta go from there and figure that all out. Alright, so break time. I took the shifter off. These are the shifter base bushings that I'm gonna do later. And I took the shifter off because these bolts behind it that hold the lower dash on, you cannot get off with the shifter on. So I took that off. I'm just gonna lay that down. When I pull the carpet off and everything, I'll just kind of keep that here. I don't want to mess with the cables, but I'll keep that laid here while I take that off. I'm kind of interested and curious to see how the hell I'm supposed to get the upper thing off here and get this off here, and I don't know where this is attached yet. And the sides here have these little white top rivet looking things that are pain in the butt, and I already lost one, and God knows where it went. So I got to figure all that out, and then even though I have the dash off, I still got to figure out how to get to the firewall to actually sound deaden it, put the kill mat on there. So break time for now, but yeah, I think that went pretty well for a short little hyperlapse thing. Thank you to Danny for videoing for me. I guess I'll come out here in the sun where I'm not a golem and people can see me. It will keep going and stuff. Yeah. Well, it's time to play with some batteries. I'm gonna test the relays, see if they work. I'm gonna test the extra USB outlets for the back of the car for the passengers. I'm gonna test this one, which is 2 USBs and a 12-volt cigarette lighter thingy, which maybe I'll put in the back in one of those cubbies, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll see about it. I've got a 12 volt to 5 volt 3 amp USB-C cable on the way, and then I've got a hardwire kit for the dash cam, so I don't really need a lot of extra wiring up front other than those two. So this one is kind of a freebie. And then in that box I have the little one that's gonna replace the cigarette lighter output in the center console. This one has a voltmeter in it, so when the ignition is on, this will show as my voltmeter, which will give me a good read of the battery health as well, but not something that's like blinking and showing off in the interior of the cabin. Something that's kind of on the down low, but I can check it if I'd like to. So yeah, kind of nice. And it's red so I can see it in the dark. Ba-bang! So I'm gonna play with some batteries. We'll see if I don't shock myself. Doing something wrong, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So currently, this is all jumbled because all these wires are twisted up. So one of the beauteous things of coming home after 3 years in Korea and deciding to spend some time with your parents because you haven't seen them in 3 years straight is, you know, mom gets to teach you things again. You feel like a little kid. So here we're doing the upholstery pattern for the seat panel, the door card for the driver's side. We're going to run a seam down here, and the original thought was to run the seam off down here, which is what I was thinking because it would look better, but then your elbow is going to rub all over it and get it dirty and gross, so I'm going to run it off the back there, which was mom's suggestion, and I think is a better one. And then over here, where it comes down, there's going to have to be some sort of, what did you call it? A gusset? No.
Maybe a dart.
A dart.
This is really a rough pattern. I'll make another pattern off of this pattern.
Oh, yeah. This is just a starter one. And we couldn't find the onion skin paper, the tracing paper that Dad usually has. So this stuff is a little bit more difficult to work with.
More like newsprint.
Yeah, newsprint would have been a lot easier. This is a little crinklier. All right, well, back to the hyperlapse.